New York next sets of buildings. We all know that New York City is known for its population. In 2020, New York was stated to be the most densely populated city in the United States, with more than 8 million people. Hence, with this huge population, a lot must be planned for these people to have shelter, among many other everyday necessities. So, you will see that in New York City, there is always a construction site with constant expansions. Welcome to Build to Innovate. In today's video, we will discuss some of the next sets of buildings considered for New York City. This video will explain why these buildings are being built, the budget for them, and what you should expect from these buildings. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. Brooklyn Tower, 9 DeKalb Avenue. Our first building tower is the Brooklyn Tower. Of course, we all know Brooklyn, and we've heard of the police department. However, not only the police department is onto something new. Buildings are being erected there, and the Brooklyn Tower, 9 DeKalb Avenue, is a big one. This tower is one of the towers currently under construction in New York City. The tower, also known as 340 Flatbush, will be the first super tall skyscraper outside of Manhattan in the city, and the first in Brooklyn if it is finished. JDS Development Group, the company behind 111 West 57th Street, the one with the ultra-slim design, is also behind the construction of this tower. Perhaps this explains why the new tower also has a very slender shape. The Dime Savings Bank of Brooklyn, which Halsey, McCormick, and Helmer created in 1931-32, was an inspiration for the Brooklyn Tower's hexagonal patterned ceilings and white marble base. Residents can lounge and swim around the storied dome on the roof deck, located just above the base of the two structures, which have been ingeniously combined. In addition to nearly 100,000 square feet of retail space at the base, the Brooklyn Tower offers 550 homes for sale and rent. Modern health and fitness facilities are among the features the skyscraper offers. While home sales begin in early 2022, the tower is anticipated to be ready for occupancy by the end of that year. So, if you want to move to a classier spot in New York, this tower should be one of your choices. Apart from the new luxuries it brings, it is also very comfortable and extra safe. 270 Park Avenue, JPMorgan Chase World Headquarters. This is the second tower under construction in New York City and is as colossal as the Brooklyn Tower. With a height of 423 meters, approximately 1,388 feet, this tower will stand heads up among the many skyscrapers in New York. 270 Park Avenue, also known as JPMorgan Chase Building, is now being built in New York City's Midtown Manhattan region. It replaces the Union Carbide Building, a previous skyscraper that stood at this location from 1960 until its demolition in 2021. The Foster and Partners are the primary designers, and knowing this British company, this tower will be magnificent. Like the demolished structure, the rebuilt skyscraper will house JPMorgan Chase's global headquarters. The 270 Park will be the largest building in New York City to be powered entirely by renewable energy from a hydroelectric facility, and it will have net zero operational emissions. Modern building technologies and systems will be used in the structure to make it run as efficiently as possible, in addition to having net zero carbon emissions. Up to 14,000 workers will be housed in this new structure, which will take the place of an old-fashioned building, Union Carbide, which had a capacity of 3,500. It will have wider walkways, a sizable public plaza on Madison Avenue with natural green space, and other facilities oriented towards the locals, employees, and tourists who frequently visit the neighborhood. In addition, it will provide 2.5 times more outdoor space on the ground level of Park and Madison Avenues. This building, with height and the width, will make a grandeur scenery in Manhattan where it will be built. And if the building is finished in the proposed time, it will make big waves in the structural innovations in New York City. Tower 5th. If you are in New York City and like seeing beautiful architectural designs, you should anticipate this Tower 5th. Many super tall structures have been proposed and constructed in New York City over a long period of time, and Tower 5th, a proposed 474-meter tall, 1,556-foot tower, might join them. becoming the 35th super tall tower to be planned for New York City. The renowned Gensler designed the building, and the developers are Maklo Properties, a combination that makes the project more attractive. Tower 5th will stand between 51st and 52nd Streets, just north of St. Patrick's Cathedral on the east side of 5th Avenue, and be the second tallest structure in the entire Western Hemisphere. The 1.3 million gross square foot tower, which rises 1,556 feet above Manhattan, establishes a new standard for how a super tall structure interacts with its surroundings and meets the street. In addition to framing views of St. Patrick's Cathedral and extending the civic realm into the building's footprint, the ground floor public galleria is wrapped in glass and extends the length of the block, connecting visitors to shops, a food hall, and an auditorium. The city's highest observatory, located at the top of the tower, offers unparalleled views, as well as a variety of distinctive sensory, cultural, and entertainment opportunities inside a public observatory. The office levels include wellness-orientated amenities and 960,000 square feet of tenant space. A cutting-edge, energy-efficient closed-cavity facade technology covers Tower 5th, reducing solar heat gain by more than 70%. This kind of system will be deployed for the first time in North America. With all these cool features and the aesthetics of this building, it sure is going to shelter a lot of people and bring them together. The fruition of this structure will lead the city of New York into the future that is already here. Affirmation Tower. This is the fourth building that is said to be rooted soon on the grounds of New York City. The aesthetics of the building will amaze many people when it is eventually unveiled. This 95-story skyscraper, called Affirmation Tower, is envisioned as being constructed near Hudson Yards. The shape of the skyscraper is somewhat reminiscent of Big's rendition of the two World Trade Centers. It will be made up of a series of stacked boxes that gradually get bigger, with the largest one being at the top. Observation decks, hotels, and offices will be located atop the tower. The boxes are clad in floor-to-ceiling glass windows that sit within a milky white terrazzo facade whose shape mimics Afro-pix, a subtle tribute to black culture. Peebles admitted that he sees himself in shape as he carried such pics around during his early days in New York throughout the 1970s. The massive tower will house quite a few businesses, making Affirmation a destination for hospitality, retail, and commercial businesses, plus visitors who enjoy gushing over modern architecture. But perhaps the place people may enjoy the most is the Plaza Garden, where beautiful tributes to historically significant Black New Yorkers stand proud. The Affirmation Tower, Manhattan's tallest structure, is expected to be created by a star-studded black crew, making the historic Site K next to the Jacob Javits Convention Center the first skyscraper ever constructed by blacks in the city. 350 Park Avenue. This is another colossal building you should be expecting in New York soon. We wouldn't have known of this massive edifice if not for Vornado and Rudin Management's designs for 350 Park Avenue. Yet another super tall that will climb nearly 1,500 feet to its summit has been completely revealed, joining 270 Park Avenue and other projects that are already in the planning stages. Architecturally, 350 Park Avenue would feature a striking blend of traditional massing proportions and an ultra-modern facade that is strikingly reminiscent of Foster's Hearst Tower. This design would be a radical departure from both the traditional and contemporary stylings that currently dominate the Manhattan skyline. The envelope would significantly contract from street level to the rooftop, with staggered setbacks moving inward from Park Avenue, resembling a cheese grater in silhouette. Between 51st and 52nd Streets is where 350 Park Avenue will be built. Lois Weiss of the New York Post broke the news of the proposed assembly. Vornado's existing Park Avenue structure would have to come down, as well as the Rudin Management-owned 23-story skyscraper right next to it. These buildings are the future of New York City skyline, and with their proposed capacities, designs, aesthetics, and other quality features, the New York skyline is on the right path. I hope you liked this video. For more videos on many futuristic proposed structural designs around the world, like and subscribe.